Busy night of action on the ice. Let's take a look at some of the finals that are in from tonight. The Yotes were hoping to quiet the crowd on the road against the Ducks. Arizona played a complete game in this one and easily get the regulation win. The Blue Shirts took to the road to match up with the Oilers. Edmonton takes the win in a very close game. The Devils took to the ice to battle the Kings. Los Angeles presented all sorts of problems matchup-wise in a defensive zone, and they pick up the shutout victory. We are as cool as ice, and we are bringing you many more stories from the NHL. We're doing it next. Now let's take a look at some of the rest of the action tonight in the NHL. The Jets battled it out against the Flames. Calgary torched their opponents with a big offensive display. Hey, we've got some other final scores we want to get you caught up with around the league, and we'll do that now. The Stars took on the Coyotes. Arizona pushes past in a tight one. The Sabres had a tall order to fill as they tried to take two on the road against the Red Wings. Buffalo toughed this one out, and they get the win. Hey, we got to pay a couple of bills here, but we got a lot more action we got to get to. Stay with us. Was there any volatility in the standings across the NHL tonight? Well, let's take a look at some of the final scores to find out. The Ducks were hoping to grab 2 points up against the Flames. Anaheim posts the 2 points after coming up clutch in the skills competition in the shootout. The Blues were hoping their offense would show up in a big way against the Senators. St. Louis terrific in the shootout portion of the game, and they get the extra point to go with it. The Bolts were looking to steal 2 against the Golden Knights. Tampa Bay posts the overtime winner and come away with the extra point. We got to take a quick pause for the cause, but we got a lot more coming up on the other side. Stay with us. Well, busy night in the National Hockey League. Let's see what happened elsewhere on the ice. The Maple Leafs were in tough with the Rangers. The New York Rangers turned it up in the skills competition, and they get the extra point in the win. The Avs faced off against the Ducks. Anaheim posts a win in a close one. The Coyotes took to the ice for a collision with the Devils. New Jersey taps into another gear, and they get the win. We'll check the inbox, we'll check the text line, and hear what you have to say next. All right, at this time, everyone, we'll catch you up on what went down in all the action in the league tonight. The Capitals had their hands full with the Stars. Washington put up a strong fight, and they do enough to get the win. The Bruins faced off with the Coyotes. Arizona takes this one in a nail-biter. The Avalanche played a game against the Blackhawks. Chicago puts on a show to pick up the win. A very special guest drops by on the show, and we'll do that next. All right, let's take a look at some of the final scores in the league tonight. The Sabres were on the road to take on the Blues. Buffalo takes down the opposition with the overtime winner. The Jets were looking to grab points on the road against the Avalanche. Winnipeg posts the win thanks to a big offensive effort. The Golden Knights were hoping to play spoiler against the Coyotes. Vegas turned it up a notch in the extra frame, and they come home with the 2 points. Don't go anywhere. We've got much more here on the show. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and what went down tonight on the ice. The Flames were in a dogfight on the road against the Wild. Minnesota picks up the shootout victory and the 2 points to go with it. The Hurricanes were looking to steal 2 points against the Red Wings. Detroit tore it up offensively on a night it seemed like everybody was scoring. The Oilers were hoping to take a bite out of the Flyers. Edmonton powers their... All right, at this time, let's get you caught up on all the action on the ice tonight. The Penguins were on the road up against the Hurricanes. Pittsburgh turns in a strong effort and they pick up the win. The Red Wings were on the road to take on the Lightning. Tampa pounds their opposition with a big offensive night. The Wild played on the road against the Sabres. Minnesota technically was as good as it gets defensively in this one, and they get the win. Lots more still to come, including the story in MMA, the hardwood, and more. Stay with us. Great night to be on the couch and watching hockey. Tons of scores around the league. Let's take a look at what went down. The Rangers were hoping to fly high on the road against the Hurricanes. Carolina punches their way to victory thanks to a strong offensive display. The Jets took to the ice to lock up with the Blackhawks. Winnipeg topples the opposition with a strong effort at both ends. And coming into this one, can he hit 50? That's what we're wondering. Right there on the cut line, can they hit that 50-goal mark? That would be a fun storyline to track as we inch closer and closer to puck drop. Ray Ferraro will join me up in the broadcast booth in just a few minutes. We'll get his thoughts as we get ready.